Hey guys, welcome back to my small engine repair channel. Today I want to show you an experiment that I will do with the K100, and I want to show you the cleaning power of K100 if you soak dirty carburetor parts in it. So make sure you watch the video right to the end because you're going to see as time passes how it's cleaning that small jet in the jar. And just so you guys know, I'm not sponsored in any way whatsoever to make this video. And I always purchase the products that I use to make my videos, so I'm going to show you with this receipt here, K100. I paid $11.99 for it plus tax for a grand total of $13.55. So what I'm going to do today, guys, is take a dirty jet from a very dirty carburetor that's been sitting with bad gas in it for a few years. I'll take the jet out. I'm going to put it in this jar over here, fill the jar with K100. Then I'll leave it sit in the jar submerged in the K100, and then I'll get back to you and give you the elapsed time that it took to clean the jet. So I'll open up this carb here. The main jet that gets dirty in most carburetors is the one right in the center here where the emulsion tube is. As you can see, this carburetor is quite dirty. It's got some green algae built up on it. Even the float is green in color. And here's the small jet. It's green, so you can partially see through the jet here. It is built up with dirt and algae from bad gas. What I'm going to do is make a small nick on this jet so that you know it's the exact same one when I'm done this experiment. Actually, I'll make a small nick with the Milwaukee tool that you've seen in another previous video. So there'll be no doubt that I'm showing you the same jet when this experiment is over. Again, have a close look at this jet here. A lot of green stuff on it. It does stink. Now I'll stick it in this small jar and I'll crack open a new container of K100. And now I'm going to pour it in the container. I'm going to leave the jet soak in here. So I just wrote the date here on the small jar with a Sharpie, December 15th, 2020, and I'll see you guys in a while. Hey guys, I'm back. It's been 48 hours since the dirty jet has been soaking in the K100. So again, it's been soaking in pure K100. It's not diluted. And today's December 17th. It's been 48 hours since this jet has been soaking in here. And you can already see that the K100 solution here is starting to change color. It's got a greenish color to it or a bluish tinge. And that's because all the dirt and grime is coming off of it. Now, even though it's soaking in pure K100 stabilizer and not diluted, it is still giving you a small glimpse of what may happen when you have K100 added to your fuel in your equipment. So keep watching the video, guys, right to the end, because as time goes on, I will show you what's happening to that small jet in the K100 soaking in that little jar. And you'll see how clean that little jet will be once the video is done. Hey guys, it's been a month since I've been doing my experiment in the shop with the K100 to show you how it cleans your internal carburetor parts. And I have to say that I'm impressed at how clean this little jet is 1 month later in the jar. So you can see the date on the small jar here, and I did show it a few days later. December 15th, we are now January 15th, 2021. You can see a discoloration in the K100, and look at that jet, how clean it is. I'll remove it from the jar in a few seconds here. And I'll just pull it out of here with my pliers. And here it is. And you can see the small nick I made in it so that you guys will know it's the exact same one. And look at how clean that is. I like how the brass is nice and clean, and the small center hole is clean as well. So this goes to show that if you have a good quantity of K100 in your fuel, it cannot be responsible for your jets getting dirty. Now again, this was pure K100. It was not diluted with gas or anything else. So it will obviously clean a bit better than if it's diluted in gas. And I want to show you again the actual color of this stuff compared to how the jar is now a month later. And a month later with the dirty jet. So this is what the K100 looks like right out of the can, as you can see. So I'm back again. It's March 10th, 2021. The small dirty jet has been soaking in the pure K100 for over 2.5 months now. And here's the color of the K100 after over 2.5 months. So I've actually been looking at this bottle quite a bit because I wore off where I wrote the date with the Sharpie. And again, it was put in the K100 in December 2020. And here's the comparison as to what the K100 looks now as to what it should look like when it comes out of the bottle. So you can see there that there's a lot of cleaning agents in there that will actually clean your carburetor parts. Now I have to admit this is pure K100, so you would not get the same result in your gas tank, obviously, because it's diluted. But again, if you use the product properly, it will help. So let's take the jet out of the jar here and have a close look. And here's the small jet. You can see it's super clean. There's the small marking I made to it so that you guys would know it is the same little jet. You can go back to the beginning of the video if you want and look at how dirty it was before I put it in here. So usually I recommend to people to grab a torch tip cleaner and clean their jets with it, just like that. Now even if you soak your parts in the K100 like I did, you should still grab the torch tip cleaner and just run it through there. Quite impressed with that because I did not expect this result. Basically, when you think of a fuel stabilizer, you just think about it preserving your fuel and making sure that your equipment runs, but I didn't realize the K100 had so much cleaning power. Anyway, just thought I'd share that with you guys. Try it for yourself, guys. Get some K100, put it in a bottle, throw in a dirty jet, leave it sit in there and come back every so often and see how clean it gets by itself. Now, a question I got from a guy that called me actually a few weeks ago, he asked me, would K100 cause gelling in a carburetor? Well, the simple answer to that is definitely no. It would actually prevent gelling in your carburetor if you use the stabilizer. And I switched from stable to K100 because I've had better results here in the shop. And the main reason I started using the K100 is because it does have some moisture absorbing properties in your fuel. That's if you use it correctly. Now remember guys, if you use any fuel stabilizer, just use common sense, because if you have too much water in your gas, no matter how much fuel stabilizer you put in, it will not cure it. It will not make that fuel good for your engine. So if you do have a fuel tank with a lot of fuel in it, just dump out the tank, let it dry, and then start fresh with some good gas. And by all means, you can recreate these tests yourself at home using the K100. And remember guys, unlike many other videos out there, I've never been sponsored to make any stabilizer video on YouTube. Thanks again for watching guys. Make sure to subscribe and follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and have a great day.